Hello, everyone. Um, so I've decided to start filming my model making process. Uh, I have one viewer, which is myself, probably, if I understand this how this works correctly. I will be exporting this into YouTube, which hopefully will have better quality. I think I set the settings right, and on YouTube also you will have shortcuts in the description, so you can jump to different parts of the video. Like you can skip this intro, for example. Um, so today I have three models. All of them are metal, which is pretty cool. I did buy. Uh, I have Warhammer Plus, and I got a voucher for 12 euros. So I specifically bought models that I think that are pretty old, but I think are pretty cool as well. Um, one exemption is this metal Eldar Warlock. You can see there. Um, I mean, it's a cool model and everything, but it's not really that special. I just bought it because I needed to fill up the the payment, so I get free shipping and such. But also, you can do stuff like Warlock Conclave, which is basically you just have a squad of warlocks, and they can cast different psychic powers, depending on how many of them there are. Um, so that's that. It never hurts to have more warlocks, basically. I think 9 warlocks is like the maximum for a warlock conclave. So I guess that's where you should stop. But you can also have more. They're not that expensive, so you can fill up your squad with them and also put them in support of like your guardians or something like that. Although no, nobody plays guardians because I mean they're a bit hard to get working and arguably not worth it. But you know, you play what you like, and I do like playing guardians. So usually just stick them in a wave serpent so they can get into range because one of their main drawbacks is their short range. Then I have something really cool. I have this Primaris psyker, and I never see these guys used. It's the Imperial Guard Psyker, and the ironic thing about these is this Psyker is basically in Warhammer lore the most prominent. Well, most prominent battle Psychers. You have stuff like Weirdwayne Psychers, which are like I think lower grade Psychers that they are basically kind of in a conclave as well. Excuse me. And they act like a singular squad. Uh, you can buy like 4 of them at once. I think I'm not sure what the maximum squad size is, but this guy is pretty cool. He gets only one psychic power to cast, which apparently is really amazing because he's like these are like one of the best psychers that are actually like allowed to be on the battlefield by themselves and not in like a I think they call it a chorus, uh, like singers, because they like combine their psychic powers together. And this guy can do it by himself, so that's props for him. And I mean, it fits because like I have Ezekiel, which is one of the best psychers in the Imperium, and he can do 2 psychic powers in his phase. So just making one psychic power in one phase is apparently amazing for a psyker to do. Of course, it doesn't hold a candle to other psychers like one of the best, like the best of the best, like for example, Primark. What's his name? Magnus the Red. Okay, and then I also have something pretty cool. You will not see what this is or how he looks completed because he's in several pieces. This is a Night Lord's hero. I might use him as a aspiring champion or a champion or a Chaos Lord. I'm not sure, but it's a really cool model. You will see where when it's completed. All right, I did post on Twitch, right? Or Twitter, sorry. Yeah. So there you go. Um. All right, I will start with. Well, first off, we'll get our stuff that we need together. So stuff that you need is a paper towel. This is to clean up the glue and stuff like that. Mostly just to clean up the glue. You need a scalpel to basically I use it as both to cut off the parts that are not needed, like the parts that are left over from the casting process, and also as a mold line remover, which metal models I don't think have mold lines, but there is an actual mold line remover that you can buy. But I find this is like works the same basically, and it's less expensive. I did check the Games Workshop mold line remover, and it was like 14 euros, which is really expensive for a tool. But Games Workshop also makes the tools really expensive for some reason. I'm not completely sure why. I guess just because they can, because it's name recognition, maybe? I don't know. Um, Normally, you would also need some kind of sprue cutter. Previously, I was also just using the scalpel, but I must say it's not that good. Um, you won't really necessarily damage your models with it, but it's pretty hard to remove them from the sprues sometimes. But since these are metal models, they don't have sprues, so we don't need to use these. And these actually are not sprue removers. There are electricians. I'm not sure what they're called, but I bought this in a model shop for basic, well, just models, but they also sell stuff for RC cars. So these are used for electric work, but they work as well, and they only cost me like few cents, I think, like 90 cents maybe. They are really cheap, at least where I bought them. Maybe in your country they are more expensive. But yeah, definitely would recommend buying those. Um, and of course we need our glue. I'm gonna check if this one is stuck or not. No, this one seems okay. I think this is thick glue. I'm not sure if it's written here. Super glue. No, it's not. But I believe this is thick super glue. So you get two variants. You get thick and thin. Thick is better used for bigger parts, but if you're really careful with it, it actually works pretty fine on smaller parts as well. Unless it's like a really small part, like this small, like few millimeters, then it should work fine. And thin is obviously less viscous, and you can put less of it on stuff. But it doesn't bind as well. I'm not sure why they don't tell me what glue it is. I guess it wasn't on the package because I believe these come in packs of three. But yeah, I just found it in a drawer. So all right, uh, let's start with the warlock. Um, the best way you can just tear these apart, although it's not the most reliable way to open these. I just use a scalpel and cut along a line inside here. Let me see this one over here. Yep, you can see it bulging inside. All right, we'll just cut this. And let's tear it open. Yes. Alright. There we go. See? Um, I guess there's not really a way to leave this package intact once you open it, so you don't need to worry about that really. Another interesting thing, this model is ages 3 and up, and normally models are 12 and up or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because it's old packaging. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's old packaging or they still just use the old package for these. Maybe they really do just have these lying around somewhere and they just sell it when people order them. Alright, so here you go. It's one piece model. That means, hold on, it's not really, I'm gonna, trying to get a good focus. This is a fisheye lens camera. It's an action camera I bought to use to record Warhammer matches. Actually, I just need to buy a better, or no, a second battery because the battery life is the problem. Memory, I think it's fine for the 3 or 4 hours you need to record, but the battery runs out, so I need to buy a new one, and I don't really have any money at the moment. Okay, I'm trying to get the best length for focus, or best, not length, but you know. So this is the model. It's only one piece, as I said. That means you only need basically cleaning up and then gluing it to the base, and then glue it to the base. So actually, maybe I'll use these just to cut like parts like these and over here. Let's see how that works. I haven't tried this yet. And there are some mold lines. I can see them. So let's just cut this. Okay. Worked okay. There's still some stuff left. Hold on, I'm gonna try to. There's still like a little bit left here that I will need to remove with a scalpel. There's also a mold line I can see here. I hope the video's okay. Here you go. Alright. Let's see. Let's remove a line here. Gonna try to not cut into the base bit. There we go. As you can see, they also these old metallic models have their names here on the label, which is pretty cool. You won't, I mean, you won't see it because it will be inside the base, but it's still pretty cool. I'm not sure why that is. I guess just for cataloging purposes when they're about to sell these. Okay, there's a part here. Try to cut this. This is a bit tougher because it's so close to the base part. There we go. Okay, there's one on the shoe here, but that will require a scalpel, I think. There's this part. Is this, I think, let me see. Sometimes you cannot really see if it's something you need to cut off or if it's the part of the model, but this is the part I need to cut off. There we go. It was just like a really small part. There's another one at the base here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Okay, this is a part of the model. Just checking where the other ones are. My hands are really shaky today. Which is not good if I was painting, but I think it's fine if I'm just building the model. Okay, I don't see any big parts, so we'll move on to the scalpel. Let's see. So there's this part at the what's it called? Actually, maybe we'll drill this. Just to, although I don't know if that's, I don't know. I don't think that would look good because drills are circular. Maybe, maybe next time. I'll think about drilling it. Okay, the mold line here. The microphone came from working really bad to working really well actually, because now the audio levels are all jumping up way high into the reds. I hope it's okay. But I guess being louder is better than being. Okay, so this mold line is a bit tricky. Usually what I do is just put the scalpel like this and then just scrape the mold line. That usually works. I think it's fine. I could also use. I'm gonna be right back. Where did I put them? Guess here. I bought some files, so that's also what we can use here. The scalpels usually they do work well on plastic models, but I see now that on the metal one it's a bit hard to make them work. Um, so maybe this will work better actually. Okay, I think this file will be the best, the circular one. Let's see. We can hit this mold line. I think that should be enough. It's still visible, but even if it is, usually the paint, not the paint, the paint will hide it. So you don't need to like scrape it too much. Just so on the feel, it's a bit. Also, maybe over here a little bit where the fault was. There we go. Gonna move this camera cable away a little bit because it's. There we go. Alright, now the base ones you don't need. Oh, there's one here that I can see still. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, the base you don't really need to worry about looking at bad. You just need to make sure it fits into the base, into the yeah, into the base connector part. You know, man. Okay, over here, I think this is part of his shoe. Okay, there's this thing here. There we go. There's a thing here. It's a bit sharp. Yeah, you can just you can feel out if there's any mold lines usually, because they will be like spiky and uneven in places where it shouldn't really be uneven. This? There's a bit here. Just okay. Oh, there's one here actually. I think yeah, this is not part of the model. Okay. This one is a bit seamless as well. Over here, there's one. There's like these really small ones. One over here, right? Okay. Just gonna check if the stream is working. The YouTube recording should be fine. I think it is, right? Is it public? Do I need to like make it public or something? I think it is, right? Online and share my activity is on, so it should be. I'm gonna turn on dark mode because I don't like the light mode. It should be, yeah. It says I'm live, so I'm gonna trust it. Go. Okay, back to OBS. Alright. I think we have them all removed now. Oh, I feel one here. Yeah, these are hard to tell if they're part of the model or not, but yeah, the spiky texture gives it away usually. There's one hidden way. There's like one hidden here on the robes. It's really hard to see. I'm gonna file this one. I'm gonna use this one, the triangular one. over here, right? Yeah. Okay. Should be fine. Okay. Use it on this as well. I feel something is just the shoe though. Yeah. Some parts are supposed to be spiky, so just a little bit. Oh, the gun maybe? Yeah, I see one on the gun. Right on the barrel. Here. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think it's fine on the gun. The fingers here. There's small lines on top here. Okay. These are kind of small mold lines, but still gonna just file them a little bit. Over here, it's kind of messy on the sword arm. Yeah. No, I'm gonna actually put out. Uh, I'm streaming on Facebook as well. I have my keyboard down here. Okay. Facebook. There we go. Just go here. Let's put it in Slovak and English as well, because I have some family members here, so. Building models on Twitch. Budowanie modelu na Twitchi. Is it hard E or I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's put live as well. Post. There we go. Okay. Where is Twitch stream? Over here. All right, I have it here now. There we go. Sorry for that. Or about that, right? Okay, I think it's ready to just put on the base. I wish there was some way to adjust the camera, but since it's a fisheye lens, I don't think there is. Maybe I should buy a webcam, but I don't have any money right now, so it's not. If I bought one, it wouldn't be of decent quality. All right. So it should. It's fitting. You should always drive it to see if everything's okay. If anything like prevents the parts from sticking. Since this is just going into the base, it's not that big of a deal. Since it's a big connection, but still base to make sure. I'm gonna unroll one roll of this towel and put it down. Because you should always have this prepared when you're gluing. Because especially the thick glues tend to gush out of the thing. So it's not really good. Alright. Let's glue on these parts. Sometimes after you're done gluing, also the tube gets stuck. So I'm just making sure it doesn't gush out all over the model. Yeah, it definitely is stuck. Um, I could cut off the top part of the thing here. I think that's the best course of action. I could also just press it till it gushes out, but I feel like that's not the best idea. You will waste some glue, but I mean, you will always waste glue because these things aren't really good to reuse. Yeah, it's already gushing out a lot. See, I yeah, I'm not even pressing it. There's just so much pressure inside that it just gushes out. So I'm gonna put some glue. Oh, and the shaky hands are not really helping with this. Okay, I think this should be enough. Put it on the feet as well. There we go. It should be enough. These metal models also take quite a lot longer to glue together, so be prepared for that. I think it should be fine to just put it on the desk, but I'm gonna put it here just to be sure. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna just take a new one here and put it on that here. Uh, Maybe so it can be seen on camera like that. Okay, I'm gonna close the glue tube, and something just occurred to me. Since the Chaos Champion is the only one, I'm gonna put it facing towards the camera probably, that has multiple parts. You probably should have started with that. So I'm gonna do it now. It's a bit wobbly. I think it's fine. I'm gonna do that now. So when one of the parts is bonding, we can work on the other model. So let's open this package. New Line Cinema. Oh, is it because they make Lord of the Rings models as well? So they just put all the logos on there. I'm struggling a bit with the mirrored aspect of the camera. Alright, let's open this. Make an incision. Then just... Not really easy to cut this paper with the scalpel, which is surprising. But I heard a lot about stuff like this. For example, you know the bone saws that surgeons use? Apparently the bone saw has no trouble sawing through a bone, but it actually is really bad at sawing through fabric and skin to the point that you actually cannot really hurt yourself with it, which is like really interesting. But I mean, it makes sense from the safety aspects why they did it, but it doesn't make sense of like how that works, you know? Ah, this is interesting. Wait, is it just wedged? I think it's just wedged here. Yeah, I thought the arm was like connected by sprues or I'm not sure. It's not really a sprue when it's a metal model. By the cast offs? I'm not sure what they're called actually. Yeah. Okay, so we have the body. We have the arm with the combi bolter. We have the engine for the power suit or power armor. We have the power fist on the other arm. And we have the wings that go onto the helmet. So it's one, two, three, four, five, six parts in total, and of course the base, which is a pretty big change from one part. Okay, let's free these wings for us. They are, as you can see, on one sprue here. This might actually be a sprue piece, and they're not supposed to be like this. They're supposed to be, by themselves, and then they go onto these dents on the helmet. I think you can see them pretty well. Okay, so let's see. What do I have? I will use. I did say we're not gonna need these, and you don't need these for metal models, but apparently they're quite useful. You also don't need these for the plastic models, but it's way better with them. Like, how am I gonna do this? I think there's a little bit of a circular connection here, which will be a bit hard to cut off without cutting into the model. Or without leaving a lot of it on there. Yeah, we did. I think it's pretty good. It does seem like they thought of that because there's just a little bit left there after I cut it. Yeah, this is not one of the best. I don't think you're gonna see that, but it's in here. They're still connected by the middle part. I am struggling with looking at the camera since it's mirrored, but yeah, maybe I can actually fix that later. But for now, just keep it like it is. Okay, I'm gonna cut it again in the middle part here. Hopefully my shaky hands won't be too much. Okay. There we go. So that's one wing. This is the wing, and this is where it connects. You can see there's a small nub to help you connect it. Okay. So it's straight on. Alright, let's cut this thing out. There we go. Cut the middle part. There we go. Okay, also I'm gonna cut out these. Oh, man, these shaky hands are not, yeah, not ideal. I once tried doing like training against shaky hands for like Parkinson's patients and stuff like that, but they don't work. At least they didn't work at that time. I might have done them wrong, you know. Or maybe they just work for Parkinson's, although I doubt that. Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, let's cut off the bits of this one. That's the combi bolter with the flamer, which is actually one of the better combination. I also do have a. Ah, they have pre-drilled. Um, you know, uh, what is it called? Barrels, I guess, gun barrels. I think it's a bit of a different word for what I mean. I mean the holes in the guns. Okay, is this? Yeah, this is definitely a casting here. I can just, yeah. I wonder what kind of metal this is actually. It has magazine on the top and a flamer at the bottom, and it's actually a pretty cool combination because well, at least in this edition, because when you fire a combi weapon, you can fire either one of the two profiles, and that gives you normal and just normal shooting, or you can fire both at once, and that gives you -1 to hit. But since the flamethrower always hits, it's just a bonus basically. The bolter on top. You're not losing anything by firing both if you're in the range of the flamer, which is pretty short. It's 9 inches, shorter than most pistols. This one has a lot of mold lines. And I'm gonna do that after I cut off all the larger bits. Like here, look at that. Look at these castings. See the lines? Yeah, maybe I can just rip them off. They're so big. Yeah, I'm just ripping them off. Although this one is weirdly connected here. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. This one will probably break at a weird point though, so I might need to. Yeah, this one's actually not easy to rip off, so I'm gonna cut it out. There we go. Also a little nub on the other skull. I don't believe that's part of the model. I believe these are just skulls, so they don't have anything on them. Like candles or something like that. Okay, and there's a little nub on the other skull as well. There we go. Maybe I can move the camera closer. Hmm. Still, still, nah. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright. See a little one here. And that's about it. There's just big ones on the backpack. Do I have... Yeah, there's the other arm here. I'm gonna check the bind on the Warlock. It seems to have binded at least to the point where it doesn't move anymore. And as you can see, it's not bound to the paper, which means that none of it actually leaked down. So you would have been fine just putting it on the table, but better safe than sorry. This table suffered enough punishment. I actually have like a glue bottle stuck to the table because it was a new type of glue that I never used before, and it had this thing when you can twist it, and I thought that was like how you open it, but it actually wasn't. It actually was there for nothing. Just connected the bottle to the glue inside. Like there was like this inside the bottle, and it ruptured and glued to the and poured out of the bottom and glued to the table. So yeah, that's not good, but I'm wiser now. I know what it does at least. It's a really fancy bottle, so I thought that what it was for, but apparently it was a lot more simple than it let on. Okay, it was a big one. I can just rip these off. Well, apparently not this one. Some of them are stuck pretty well to the model part. There we go. This one's also. Maybe this one's also not easy to rip off. Yeah. So let's just over here. There we go. There's also one here, like a little nub over here. Okay. Let's move on to the body. Yeah, this one. Yeah, there's a lot of castings here, and they're actually stuck pretty well. So I'm gonna have to cut all of these out with the scissors. I have to to be careful not to cut into the model. So yeah, if you want to get into the hobby, don't do that. I'm gonna have to clean that. Yeah, that was a bad idea putting the glue part this close, but it's fine. It's really even that noticeable, honestly. I don't even feel it there. Yeah, just a bit of hair glued together, but I'm gonna put it away for now. Yeah, but as I said, if you want to get into Warhammer, the biggest thing you need to be careful of is putting the models together correctly. Because if you're just trying it, and the models are expensive, of course, but even if you paint them badly, you can sell them because people can just strip the paint pretty easily. I've never done it, but if you know what you're doing, it's really easy to do. You just stick it in a vat of like, I don't know, gasoline or some other what is it called, thin thinner, I guess. I'm not sure, paint thinner, something like that. And you leave it in for a set amount of time. You put it out. You have to be a bit careful because the model gets a bit soft from the paint thinner, but the paint usually just washes off after that. So if you paint it badly, you don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is putting it together correctly, because then it's a bit harder to sell if you find out that the hobby is not right for you. Okay, there goes another one. There we go. Uh, Shaking hands not really helping much. Okay, let's check for the small things here. Hmm. The wing tip here, or where the arms usually are, it seems to be clean. Okay. The skull has a little bit of garbage on it here. Does it? It seems a bit firm. I think maybe this is okay. Let's actually see if it fits here. I think it's this side. Okay. It seems to be fitting pretty well. Okay. There is a thing here. Can I think this might be a problem for the other part? I'll just scrape it. This one is easy enough to scrape with the scalpel. Although I'm going to use the file, I think it's better choice. This normal one. Oh, where was it? Oh, over here. Maybe the triangular one is better actually. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's see the wing tip here. We did cut a little bit into the model, but it's fine. It's like up here. You can even see that. Up in this part. Okay. That should be fine. I'm gonna put it aside. Let's look at the other wing. Okay, this one's much cleaner on the wing cut here. I'm gonna have to scrape it a little bit on the outside part. Okay. Literally anything. Let's see how this fits. Okay. Oh, is this the wrong side? What? Like this? Am I dumb? Hold on. Oh, it is the what? Wait, how are these? Okay, so it's with this part inside, so it should be like that. Yeah. Oh, like this? Huh. Okay, let's try both of them. This is gonna be a bit harder to do because I need to hold this piece in place. Wait. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Then this part goes here. Like that. Okay, yeah, it does fit. It's it's a bit weird because the wings seem to be not aligned, which is weird, but you know, it's an older model, so not that surprising, really. Okay, these are points on the armor, so that's not a mold line. Here on the boot, there's like a really small nub. Okay. The mold line on this ammo pack. There are a lot of mold lines on this hand, but it seems cut them off good enough so that there. Oh, there's the big one here, isn't there? Wait. Oh, this is no, this is a belt. Okay, you have to be careful about that. As I said, small parts sometimes look really akin to mold lines. What is interesting is, and I guess it makes sense. I don't really see that many mold lines and like castings on this model. And since it was a multi-part one, I guess they were more spread out or something. Okay. I remember there being big mold lines on this bolter here. Yeah. Let's scrape them. I'm using a scalpel now just because it's so small. I am hesitant to use the file. But you can also use, as I said, this technique. Works pretty well on plastic at least. Not sure. Seems to be doing well enough on the metal, although I can't really tell that much on this. Yeah, there we go. It seems to be working fine. It's kind of hard to tell with mold lines this small, which are mostly the size you're gonna get on one on like singular models like this. Well, not singular, but smaller models like this. That's what I meant. There's like a big mold line, and as I said, sometimes they're like you can still see them with a naked eye, but they are so like small that the paint is just gonna cover them. Like a coat of paint is gonna be thicker than the mold line, so you don't really have to worry too much if you still see them. The question is how big they are. Okay. There's a bit on down on the flamer here. That's pretty big. How much they, rise out of the model. Okay. think this is fine. Yeah, I'm not really seeing many mold lines. I do see stuff here, but this is just strings that attach the skull to the bolter. Here, I don't think you can see it very well. It's really small. Okay, power fist, power fist. Where are some of the fingers here? Um, just a tiny bit. Here. Okay. They are a bit smart about the mold lines because I see that some of them are just like connected to edges of the armor where a line would be anyway. So they are smart about where they put those. Sometimes if there is a mold line, you don't even need to remove it. But sometimes you can see it pretty plainly. Okay. I think there's one here on the top of the power fist that's pretty big. Yeah, I was able to remove this one so I don't see it at all, so that's nice. Okay, I think that's it. That should be it. I wonder what kind of metal this is. I doubt it's just like lead or something, but it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty heavy metal. Like, if you had models of like, there were models that were like this size. Well, not really, a bit smaller, but this volume, and they were entirely made of metal. And those were so heavy, you could actually just kill someone with them, which is pretty interesting. I knew a guy who had a metal dreadnought, a chaos dreadnought. That was yeah, it was so heavy. So it's a pretty heavy metal, so it might be lead, but I think lead is more bendable, right? I'm not sure. Also, lead is poisonous, so is it poisonous or is it? I think it's poisonous. Yeah, not many mold lines, which is like really nice surprise. I thought we were gonna spend hours on this one. Okay, let's just put these filings to the side. Filings are what comes out of like when you use a tool to cut metal or to drill into metal. So I'm not sure if that's really what this is, but okay, where do we start first? There's not the manual, so it's up to us where we start putting this together. And I'm thinking first we go for this head crest for this part here. Hold on, I'm gonna get a good view on that. Where is the connector? Here it is. Like that. Maybe I should turn on the light because the sun is not really shining that brightly now. Can't really show you that well because I have to. It's a really small part, so I have to have a good grip on it. But yeah, I think it's best to start with that. It's a really small part, which means it's really easy to glue on. So yeah, let's just get this back and yeah, it fits pretty well, so should be good. Let's see. Gonna put the glue on the part where it connects here. Okay, did it get stuck already? No, there it goes. Okay. I don't really like the thick glue. It's really deceptive about like how much pressure you have to apply on it because it just moves so slow. Okay, I will need to hold this. Usually I count to 10 to know when to let go, so let's try that. Raz, dva, tři, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. Is it sticking? It's sticking to my finger. It is sticking. Okay, so it worked. I think I might leave it be for a while or not. Maybe not actually. Let's try dry fitting this. I'm still holding it pretty tightly because I don't want it to, um, you know, drop off when I'm trying to dry fit this. Very interesting fit there. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for a bit. I'm gonna take a look at the other models or other model rather. Well, that's getting stuck together or binding. Mm. Okay, let's see. Let's make an incision, right? Let's just open this. There we go. Although I must say the scalpel has much easier time, as I was saying before about the bone saws and stuff. The scalpel has much easier time getting through skin, believe me. You have to be careful with that. Okay. Another base. Uh, Actually, we might also glue this one to the base. Just so, we have two different parts that are gluing together, so uh, we're not wasting time too much. Because on these metal models, sometimes you have to let it sit for a long while. Oh, I see a thing here on the base. A little filing. Yeah, this is... Oh, it just fell off on its own. Okay. Did I dry fit this already? I think I did, right? Yeah. Alright. So, let's put the glue on the feet. And on the other one. And let's put it on here. Okay. Now I probably should put it here because I think it's on the bottom. So there we go. And I'm gonna move this so you can see it. Gonna turn it towards the camera. Okay, it's way more time to bond there. James Bond. There we go. All right. Okay, close the glue. There we go. Let's look at this guy. Okay, that's the Primaris psyker. Right there. Let's look at this. These are part of the model, and that's gonna be a bit tricky. And he doesn't have a base part here, as you can see. I think this is a mistake. Like it was supposed to be there, but maybe it got too damaged in the casting process. So maybe actually let's try to dry fit this if it's a problem. If not, I maybe just will keep it there. This is an interesting fit. I'm not really sure. I think it's fitting. I think we can keep it like that. Okay. Now let's see. We need to cut. There are some parts here, but they are kind of symmetrical, so I'm not sure if they are little nubs from the casting process or if they're supposed to be there. Like on the cape here, I think these are supposed to be cut off. I think. Because I don't really see any purpose for them to be there, so I'm just gonna cut these off. And if they are, it's not really that big of a deal, so. Because if there were like little ornaments or something, it's not that big of a deal. But I doubt they are. I don't really see what they could be. Like on a coat. If it was like armor, then they could have been rivets, but on a coat, I don't think they have any purpose. Cut in here a bit. There we go. Okay, this is gonna be a bit tricky. You see a little nub on his hand here. There we go. And it does look like the other nubs, so yeah, I think that those were just leftovers from the casting process. Mm, yeah, these ones are really not that easy to see when you're supposed to stop. You can see here. I think I'll leave those. I don't think hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. Yeah, I'm gonna cut these off. It's like little, like you see, there's this where the coat like you know, where you can close the coat, but there are little knobs on there that I don't think are part of it. So I'm gonna cut those off. It's also really spiky at the bottom here, but I think it's just the imperfection on the base part. Okay, these ones also cut offable. There we go, and this one's a big one here. There we go. I also don't really need to uh um what did I want to say? You don't really need to worry about cutting into the model that much since it's a metal model. On a plastic model, you would have to also look at what angle you are cutting these off. Oh, and especially on a resin model, which are the worst ones, by the way. Plastic ones, I think, are the best ones to work with. Metal ones are second, and I mean they are both pretty easy to work with, plastic and metal ones. But the resin ones are just a nightmare. Like they usually bend in weird ways. They're really easy to cut in. They have the same problem as these metal ones with these connecting parts, which the plastic ones don't have at all. The plastic ones you can usually see really well where you have to cut off a piece. On these metal and resin ones, that's not really clear all the time. It's a big mold line I see there, I think. Yeah, right on his head. Here. Okay, that's part of the model. That's also a part of the model. Okay. Now to his stuff. See our first big one here. This model was pretty clean, honestly, all things considered. I have to. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, there's a big bit on the eye here of the staff. I think it's a mold line here. Well, actually, a little bit. The Warlock one was the most that I have to work most on. I think the other ones were pretty fine with the mold lines and the filings and stuff. Okay. I think that's enough. Let's check our Night Lord here. Yeah, it did glue to the paper. Oh, and it's not bonded really well. Hmm. Okay, let's just be careful with it. I think it is bonded. It's just not bonded too well, as you can see. When I was peeling it out of the paper, it just fell out a bit. Okay. How are these connecting? Like that. Okay, I think it's fine. So let's connect the other wing now. Connect the other wing. Trying not to touch the base since it's still bonding. Just a little bit into that hole. And then well, actually, let's put it on the part here as well. Okay, this fit is a bit weird to get a handle on. I think it's right there. I'm trying not to touch the base. Okay, raz, dva, tri, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. Don't fall off, please. Thank you. Okay, so that's that. That's probably the. Well, I don't want to speak too soon. All right, let's glue the psyker to the base. Okay, seems to fit fine. Okay, this might be the hardest one to bond, but we'll try. Well, we'll do it eventually, but and I don't need to move him after that, so that's really nice. There's nothing else. Okay. Raz, dva, tri, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. Okay. Whew. For some reason, the bases are the hardest to bind, I find. I guess it's because of the difference in the material, maybe? I'm not sure. Plastic ones glued to the base is fine. I think the resins also have a bit of a problem to bind to the base. Okay, let's just try the arm. Trying to get the feel for the fit. It seems fine. I'm just gonna file it a little bit. Where's the middle file? There it is. If you have trouble with things sticking together, just file the connection point, and that works all the time. I have it tried out, so should improve the fit here. You won't really notice it until you glue it, so I think it holds fine. I think. Trying to not press on any of the parts that are bonding right now. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's try it. It's gonna be one of the harder parts to glue together, just because of the weight of the parts and the way they are positioned. Okay, raz, dva, tri, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. Okay. Whew. Oh, okay. I think it's holding fine. I'm trying to hold it at an angle where it has easier time bonding. Uh, let's try the backpack. I think I'll do the backpack last. Or, yeah, I don't know. It might be better to do it now, just to see if the other if the other arms goes where it goes. Yeah, I think let's just do it now. I'm being really careful because I want it done. I want it done in one go. So I'm being really careful with how I'm holding this. If I had more time and wasn't streaming, I could just like play some video games while they you know bond together. But since I'm not doing that, okay, count to 10 again. Raz, dva, tri, čtyři. I'm trying to hold it straight up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's not holding. uh, yeah, I can feel it wobbling. Let's try again. Raz, dva, tri, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. It's not holding at all. Hmm. Okay, I probably need to file this. Let's see. I'm gonna clean it up of the glue. The glue actually is dry, it seems. Yeah, a little bit sticky here. It's mostly dry. Yeah, let's file this up. And I'm gonna try to put it on the other part next, on the backpack instead of the body. Okay. Try to file the little nut a little bit and file the other parts of it more. Okay, let's try it again. Putting glue on the backpack instead of the body. Okay. Let's see. Put it straight up. Raz, dva, tri, čtyři, pět, šest, sedm, osm, devět, deset. It actually worked a lot. Yeah, it worked really well. It might still fell off now. It might still fall off. So I'm being really careful here. Okay, down. Now for the final part, I am also gonna file it because it seems these metal models are not really cooperating really well. So let's give it the best chance of bonding as possible on the first try. It's actually not easy to file. Okay, and then the arm here, I want to be really careful not to bump anything. It's already bonding. Let's try a bigger one. Actually, yeah, that doesn't fit to do it with this one. Okay. Let's do it. Hopefully it will work on the first try. Okay. Let's get into a better. Oh, this is better. This way. Okay. Oh, yeah, the backpack. I'm gonna probably have to glue the backpack again. Raz, dwa, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, alright, it seems to hold. So even the backpack, I felt it move a bit, but yeah, it's holding now. So there we go. That's everything finished. Now for the cleanup. The glue back, although the question of if this tube will work again is, yeah, up in the air. Let's fold this so the glued parts are stuck to each other. We have another paper, not sure for what this was. Alright, I'll clean all this up off camera and let's just look at the models we made. So, I'm gonna bring up the camera so we can see better. Let's see. Okay, so first off, I don't really want to touch the bases still, but we have the Warlock, Eldar Warlock. Then we have the Primaris psyker for the Imperial Guard. And finally, we have the Night Lord's champion or Lord. You can really use it in any role of the upper chaos society. You can either use him as a squad leader and aspiring champion. No, that's what they're called. Or a champion, which is, I think, a separate unit. Or just a chaos lord. We'll see how I used it. How will use it in the future. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a short stream, but I like keeping it short because I have some problems with mental issues, and I am already feeling very nervous. So this will be put up on YouTube. Um, I will put it at the best time. That's at the best time for uploading YouTube videos. I will also put a what's it called? An announcement in the on Twitter and on Facebook. So if you missed this, it's not really a big deal. So you can find it on Facebook later on, and of course in my vaults because they're being saved. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good day, have a good week, have a good probably several months till I make another video. All right, take care.